We have talked lately a little bit about our goals, dreams, desires, and being more intentional about pursuing those things, but nothing confuses us more about what our goals and dreams are than coming to the US. Now to catch you up to speed a little bit, we are from Texas. We came here to move warehouses for Con Todo Coffee, our new coffee company. Is it new anymore? It's a year old.
It's new. It's not quite a year old, so until we're a year old, we're still babies.
It's still new. We came here to move warehouses, to get our new coffee, the Vallarta Dark Roast, all ready to be shipped out to you guys next month, and of course, to see our family. It is freezing. We started this trip off cold. We're ending cold.
This is rough.
There was some sunny, well, not sunny. There were some warm days in between, but I'm just not meant for the cold.
Oh my gosh.
42, American Eagle, and all other.
TSA is extra cranky today, and that's saying something.
Gosh.
Did your spouse ever have a dream in which you did something wrong? And then when said spouse wakes up, spouse blames you for something that didn't actually happen but happened in a dream? Yeah, that's never happened to me.
It felt so real and I'm still mad at you.
So while we're in Mexico, it feels like the value of our life is based on the experiences we have. Usually just honestly the simple experiences, going to the corner store, petting the cat there,
Neighborhood kitty.
being able to watch the sunset, seeing our friends, just out on the street, walking around. Really just simple everyday thing, but it boils down to what I feel like are experiences and not necessarily things. However, when we're in the US, it's like glaringly obvious to me. Feels like it's harder for us to have those experiences because, I mean, mostly because we don't live here and we don't have the things. We don't have the things that, like, we don't have a house, we don't have a car, R.I.P. Jetta. We don't have things. And so whenever it's so obvious that you don't have those things, it's hard not to drive around and see trucks or cars or houses or whatever it may be and feel like, man, we don't have any of this. Like, what are we doing wrong? We're 30 and 32.
Yeah,
I'll let you decide
family.
which one is 32.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Our friends and family have things.
Yeah.
Everyone around us has things. We don't have those things. Obviously, we get to experience things that most people can't. So that is, we don't want to come across as not grateful for those. It's
different when we're surrounded by people who have things that are different
that we don't
than
have.
us that we don't have.
So every time we come to the
confusing.
States, we kind of struggle between these. I don't know.
Two worlds.
Exactly. With that said, I think we realize that chasing material things, objects, is not ultimately what we're after. However, I think the fear for us is that one day this ability to live in Mexico, to be YouTubers, to be whatever it is we are, to be entrepreneurs, influencers, to be able to live this lifestyle, to be able to have the experiences we have, will all be taken away all at once. And then we'll be left with the inability to create new experiences and no house and no car and no things. So I think what I'm struggling with, I get in my head a lot. She'll tell you what I'm struggling with.
What we're struggling with, I'll let myself in with his getting in his head, is trying to find the balance between wanting to live a rich life and finding that richness in experiences versus things versus sort of just trying to find that balance, because I think when we're in the States, the things can become overwhelming. While it's normal to want a car or a house, where the fine line is wanting nice shoes and 10 pair of tennis shoes and clothes and eating out and things like that, and finding the balance of wanting things but also valuing experiences at the top.
Yes.
It gets really confusing really quickly.
And I think living a life in which we can have these experiences, all the while ultimately, realistically, being able to save for things later in life. Listen, we love YouTube. I don't know if we want to be vlogging when we're 60 years old, and hopefully,
Speak for yourself.
hopefully, you know, I don't think it's not crazy to want to be able to afford to buy a house. I don't know if we want a house. I don't know if I want a car.
Yeah.
I want to be able to afford to buy a car, to be able to afford to buy a house. So that's what we're struggling with, is obviously we do live a rich life. We live a privileged life. We are extremely grateful for all the things we can do and see and experience.
And that's why it's tricky to want
Anything else.
How could we?
But it is normal
To want to have your own car.
to want to have your own
I don't even need
house.
a new car. Just like
A
an
car.
05 Jetta was doing great until it wasn't. May you rest in peace.
Yeah, so there you go.
That's where we're at.
A look inside our minds. How you doing? Good, how you doing? Thank you. That is fancy. They didn't need to scan anything. They just look at your face, scan your face, I guess. All right, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the things, a lot of our goals, dreams, bucket list items are experiences, places, meeting new people, traveling to foreign lands, spending time with family, seeing our family more often, being able to do things with them. One of the things that's definitely on the list, flying first class. I'm not gonna lie. If one of your goals is not to fly first class, then you're lying.
We're
You're
group
lying.
9 of 9. We're living that economy life.
One eternity later.
Can't really show it because we're not supposed to film in here, but it's packed. This is the first time being residents of Mexico has really helped us out. We're in the fast line, the Mexican line. A trip to the immigration office in Phoenix and several hours and 3 trips to the immigration office here in Mexico, but we saved 45 minutes just now.
We are champions. I feel on top of the world passing all those suckers.
By that math, I'm not really sure who the sucker is or not, but it did feel good. That was intense. I think we waited for a taxi for like 30 minutes. And the customs was, how long was customs line?
We landed 2.5 hours ago.
That's crazy. I don't think we've never seen the airport like this, have we?
2.5 hours. I feel like I don't know if we're gonna make it at this point.
God, that's crazy.
The last thing we ate was scrambled eggs at 8 a.m. and it's 5:30.
I'm a little nervous about what town is gonna look like if the airport is like this. Home sweet home. Home sweet home. Is she there?
She's so tiny. She just stays tiny.
She loves it.
She's furry. Doesn't she just stay tiny? She's so cute. I feel like the more days we're away from Mexico, the more weird it is when we come back. I just see things and think, yeah, that's not normal, but we're so used to just it being normal that it feels normal. Does that make sense?
We just passed a clown. Our clown just passed us walking by. There's like people gambling at the convenience store. We're just picking up random cats from the convenience store. It really is always a big transition, whether we're going to the US or coming back to Mexico. I don't know, like you would think over time we'd get used to it. And sometimes it's easier, but it's like culture shock going back and forth every...
Yeah, it's like for two countries that are neighbors, they're so...
The way of life is so different.
different.
It's, and I think maybe what all this boils down to is trying to figure out like exactly where we fit in this world. Like a 7-Up commercial over here.
I was just about to say, that's good.
As confusing as going back and forth between the U.S. and Mexico can be for us in terms of our life, figuring out what we want, right now is my happy place. Burrito, my wife, sunset.
Thank you for including me this time.
This time I was sure to include you early in the list. It feels so good to be on a beach. The weather's nice. It's not hot. There's sun. There's a sea spray.
There's sand.
I don't know where we fit in this world, but right now we fit in right here. All right, we haven't done this in a while. Sunset rating, 1 out of
6.2.
6.2.
Oh, is that high or low?
I was gonna go. Now I'm questioning. I was thinking like. Ooh, now I'm really questioning my. I was thinking like 8.4.
What?
It was pretty good. Six to me is like you can't really see it that much. It's more obstructed. 6.
Okay, 6.7.
High standards. You see what I'm living with here? Well, here's to 6.7 sunsets.
With your wife.
With your wife, chasing your dreams, and living con todo.